Well, we meet again, and now
Yes, happily.
happily, yes. And after that lovely Neer Bhatt Sonata, and now we have Anarkali of Ara. Sorry. So, what was it that made you say yes to playing the diva of Desi Swag?
Yes.
And a lot of double meaning songs and
Yes.
dialogues. So,
Yes.
Swara, the actor, thought this was a challenge.
Absolutely. I mean, I think I can't imagine that anyone would hear that synopsis, or any actor worth their salt would hear that synopsis and not want to be like, oh my god, this could be something amazing. I actually got hooked on to the title, which is not even this title. It was then, when it was pitched to me, it was called Anarkali Arawali.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, oh my god, this title itself has an amazing story behind it. And then, of course, when I heard the pitch and so on, it was very exciting. I mean, the idea, I didn't even know that there are orchestra parties like this where women sing these very, openly double meaning, not even double meaning, it's like one single meaning only, double meaning songs in contexts that are so deeply sort of actually gendered and, I mean, I don't want to use the term, but patriarchal, feudal, and yet there's this in a context where the normal woman, within quotes, is housebound and, in general not, doesn't have as much access and opportunity and freedom as the men do. Here are characters who are wearing their sexuality on their sleeve,
Absolutely.
on stage, openly, kind of. It just seemed to me a very interesting contradiction for a conservative society. And I thought that there could be something fantastic here. And then, of course, when Avinash, the director Avinash Das, when he offered me the film, and I actually became his reader before I became his actor.
Okay.
Because initially, he offered it to me saying at a house party, I knew him a little bit before, and he's like, Swara, I have this title, and I'm just thinking, wow. And I thought, like, Swara Bhaskar in and as Anarkali Arawali, my first in and as. And then he told me the pitch, and I'm thinking, ooh, Oscar. And then he's like, actually, I want to pitch it to that other actress, so will you just read it for me and give me your comments? And I'm just like, excuse me, did you just pitch me a script you want to pitch to another actress and ask me to proofread it? Like, you are so a journalist. And then, but then of course, it kudos to him that his script was so interesting that I did read it and I did give him comments. So I actually became his reader before I became his actor. And then eventually, of course, it came, if you want something and ask for it, the universe conspires to give it to you.
Absolutely.
So 2 years later, the universe brought that script back to me. And Avinash has written more than 20 drafts and I've read them all. And so I think I've watched Anarkali grow from like the idea, like a newborn idea, to like now the full-fledged character. So I am quite obsessed and attached with it.
Now, at a time where we have characters like Anarkali, then we also had a movie like Lipstick Under My Burqa, which God knows will see the light of day or not, where women are so confident about their sexuality. But then there is a certain section that doesn't want to show this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's shameful. I don't think that there should be any. I don't know why we should sugarcoat it or try to cover it up in civilized sort of veils of politeness. I think it's shameful the way that the Censor Board the CBFC has responded to both Lipstick Under My Burqa, and I think it's very unfortunate how they've treated our film as well.
Absolutely.
Because when we're not asking for a U or a UA certificate, we are asking for an adult certificate. Your job as a Central Board for Film Certification is not to chop out scenes. It is to certify what age group should watch your film. And I don't understand that when in India, you at the age of 18, if you're a girl, you can get married, you can drink, you can drive, you can own property, you can vote. Of course, biologically, you can have children. You can't watch a film. Like, are you seriously saying this to us? And the other thing is that in any environment, and when it comes to art, you have to have an environment where you are free to try new things,
Absolutely.
free to experiment, free to fail if need be. But you have to be free.
Absolutely.
At the very basic. And then what happens, the Censor Board has played such a negative role in the last 2.5 years of its appointment. And it's vicious. I really believe there's something vindictive about their attitude to filmmakers. And I don't understand why. Why should you be at war with the industry that you ought to be a part of?
Absolutely.
They have created a situation where there is a self-censorship mentality that is born. I just worked on a comedy film, which I just finished shooting, and the entire time we were thinking about, oh no, but we can't do this because the Censor Board will give an A then. Oh, but we need a UA, so we can't do this. We need a UA. I did not think about my character or my lines as much as I thought about Censor Board.
Absolutely. So do you somewhere feel suffocated as actors, and for that matter, even your fraternity is feeling suffocated because creativity is being curbed,
I
freedom
think
of
so.
expression.
I think that it's. I think that there is definitely a sense of. I don't know how unified that sense is. However, the industry is made up of different people. Everyone is quite different in their thoughts and opinions. I feel like we haven't been able to get together in a united way to protest what has happened increasingly to people like Amir, Shah Rukh, Karan, then Sanjay Leela Bhansali, and yet somehow the industry is just being like, okay, we'll suffer it quietly. So I feel a little like, why are we so silent?